I'm going to paint a flying fish on my wonderful Amalfi paper. This paper is beautiful, but a little bit temperamental. Things like erasing don't work so well without wrecking the paper, and it certainly won't take masking fluid, but that's fine because I hate masking fluid, though I love what some artists do with it. So I'm painting the inside of the fish with water, and then I'm going to drop, I'm using Turner colors only because I have them on my palette, and this is turquoise, cobalt turquoise, after which I'm going to use on the fins that look like wings some light red and kind of let it flow, but I'm giving it a little bit of direction. There's a little bit of that here. And for these lower fins, I'm using ultramarine blue. Now this is a bit of an experiment because these colors are not very transparent. Now they say that you can make any color transparent if you dilute it enough. And to some extent that may be true. But with layering one must be careful because in layman's terms it's easy to make a mess. I'm not crazy about this greenish part. It's okay to blend here a little bit because there's a bit of a shadow. But I'm going to add some Still Turner, a color that's aptly called Turner's Maroon. And I'm hoping with that to obtain more of a purple than of a green. I'm lifting a little bit here. And letting this dry. Continuing my work on this so-called flying fish. I understand they don't really fly. But it looks like it. So I'm using Payne's Gray for the pupil. And I'm going to use some ultramarine blue here for this more shadowy part of the body. But I really like the simplicity and lightness of the back. So I'm going over it with a very transparent, and as it is, even this is too dark. Very transparent, that is very watered down. Turquoise. Cobalt turquoise. There's a tiny bit of light red on the tail, and I'm going to keep that because it connects the body with the wing-like fins. It's a little bit thicker. Cobalt turquoise, and to balance that, some little bit thicker light red, which I'm also going to put here on this other part of the tail. Now these back fins are also rather light, and I'm gonna go over them with very light version of the turquoise. Now for the big wings, I'm keeping, again, rather watery, but I want to give a sense of these veins. And obviously I'm not doing every single one, but by leaving a little bit of the previous wash, I give the impression of veins. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side, but first, before it dries, I'm putting some Turner Maroon at the tip of these wing-like fins. I'll do the same on the other side. Very thin wash. And then the Turner Maroon. I'm going to turn the paper here. And here I'm also going to put some of the Turner Maroon to define a bit of the shadow, because it's where the body and the wing meet. With the water, I lost a little bit of the color, so I'm adding back some of the original light red, as well as some more of this Turner Maroon. A few finishing touches. Back to the eye, darkening the bottom part with Payne's Gray, and this is Ultramarine. I'm just going to give variety. And these little fins also have a little bit of veins to them. So again, I'm suggesting that with a very thin wash that leaves some of the bottom part. Also, there's a little bit of purple touch, so I'm adding a tiny bit of Turner's Maroon. Finally, I would like this to look more blue, so I'm going with a rather thick amount of cerulean. And a little bit darkness here, which again I'm going to strengthen with some maroon. Alright, and I think I'm going to call this done. One thing I'm going to do once it dries is a little bit of spattering to indicate water. As I mentioned, my last step will be to splatter some silver to stand for water, and I'm also going to splatter a little bit of blue. A little bit more silver. Makes a mess everywhere. But here I